Hello. Hi, everyone. Good October 5th. I have just read on the marvelous internet that today in the US it is the National Do Something Nice Day. So I'm expecting everyone in the chat to give me suggestions on what would be something nice that you would expect from me for today. I guess I can rule out that I will be giving you a release date for Broken Arrow. But other than that, I'm open to anything. Some nice leaks. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Das. Hello, Mordante. Hello, Das. Hello, Yog. Hello, everyone in the chat. Happy birthday to my favorite actress, Kate Winslet. And on we go with the news. I hope that you guys are doing well. We have a big, important Q4 ahead of us. It's the last quarter of the year. As you know, all gaming companies are relying on Christmas because it's always, of course, the best time of the year to get, to sell copies of every game. Usually we haven't been so reliant on Christmas because, all our big releases usually happen either on the spring or in the summer. This year has been kind of light for us in terms of releases in the spring and summer. And we've got Stargate, Terminator, and many more, Raising Hell, Starship Troopers, Raising Hell, and many more games releasing in this quarter. So first time first, for us, we are very excited for a very busy Christmas season. So stay with us. There's lots happening. There's a lot of dates that we haven't given you yet, but hopefully around this time next week, I'll be able to give you a good outlook of what our Christmas season will look like in terms of release dates, official release dates, and more. I'll be able to do that because my colleagues Enzo, Julia, Miki, and the rest of the crew are going to be at EGX in XL London. So I'll be able to spoil the world because they won't be checking on me. I will check also the chat from time to time just to check if there's any interesting question there. All right, Yogdog had a headset problem, headset issue. I'll just move this here. So, is this fine? Yeah, I think it's working. It's working fine. So. The big news of the week, of course, has been that we have announced the next DLC for Panzer Corps 2. This is the grand finale for, well, who knows? Well, at the moment, grand finale for the Axis Operations set of DLCs. We have announced this kind of huge new campaign. There's at least double of everything you have experienced in previous DLCs on this one. So there's an enormous amount of new units, there's an enormous amount of new gameplay features, lots of scenarios. The cool thing about this is, of course, that it's all made up or fictional. So we had, Kerensky had a lot of freedom to create something that's very, very extraordinary. So I've got some numbers here, but I give you an idea of, we've got atomic bombers, we've got atomic armed D2 rockets. There's a lot of Japanese units. There's lots of new unit designs. Some of the units are absolutely massive. You'll have battleships. There's a lot of gameplay innovations as well. We've created, look at this ship there, passing by, nice GIF there. You can check out the first information about the product on the Steam page and on the product page. The DLC will release this side of Christmas, so it's a 2023 release. It's going to be the biggest DLC we have ever made for Panzer Corps, and finishing the Axis Operations set of scenarios in style. So I hope that you all like it. The reaction so far has been great. We have been receiving a lot of cool feedback on what we've shown so far, so I'm very happy about it. check it out on Steam. Also, make sure you check out, there's a new tournament open for sign-ups on our tournaments page. It's, again, a chess map tournament, so very fast, only 10 days rounds, 3 rounds, pretty cool and exciting way of playing Panzer Corps. And we have seen, again, a massive number of people playing the chess maps when we released them, and it's still very popular. So we wanted to release a new chess maps tournament for everyone. Let's see if we've got another big number of players like we did on the first one. Look at that! Look at that screenshot. Pretty impressive, is it? Big cities, lots of very cool things on this one. I'm very excited about it, and to be honest, it's not very often that we are sort of, we've got a scenario creator doing this alternate history type of scenarios, because we always try to stick to what, real life historical facts. And this has given us a lot of excitement in terms of, we could do this, we could do a lot of things from a marketing perspective. So for us as well, it's a massive opportunity to sort of branch out a bit from what Panzer Corps is, usually, used for, replicating historical battles and facts. Just checking the thing there. When will the Sleet store be updated? Well aware that Stream Elements had issues. Yes, we are aware of that. We're jigging some of the products that we have listed on the Stream Elements store, and we're also going to try and fix some of the issues. I think the main problem is that, it's usually, very much like stuff that we can do, we try and do, and to fix things. Stuff that's a bit outside of our control, we tend to sort of, we can't really do much about it, but we definitely want to try and make sure that the experience with the Sleet store is improving. There's a lot of stuff that we want to do with Stream Elements to improve our live sessions. So if you've got suggestions, if you think that there's other things that we could add to our live streams, just don't hesitate to let us know. Would be happy to listen to you guys and to improve what we do, really. On another note, so next, as I said, next week is EGX. So EGX is happening in Excel Exhibition Centre up in London from the 12th to the 15th. We have a big stand there where we have exclusively dedicated to Starship Troopers Raising Hell, which is the first DLC, the first paid-for DLC for Starship Troopers Terran Command. The DLC is absolutely massive in terms of not only about content, but in terms of additions. It's really, I think, what's cool about Lucas and his team is that they managed to sort of take the original experience and upgrade it at all levels, but from a gameplay perspective, having this lava planet a variation is something that's really, giving the freedom to do stuff that we couldn't do in the first release. Also, new units. Everything is about fire and heat, and leveraging on that element massively is becoming turns this new DLC in a great experience. So if you want to check out the product page, there's a lot of information there. We're soon going to release more videos and such, but there's already quite a lot of information you can find on Raising Hell on the product page. So don't hesitate to do that. That's for EGX. At EGX, we'll have Julia, Enzo, and who is there? And Teba. Scusa, Teba. The Barbecue Man. And also some of our producers are going to be there. I think Annie and Mark as well. But, just go at this, go our stand. And if you want to play Starship Troopers and give your opinions, we'll have... we'll collect video opinions from our players there as well. So it's also a good opportunity to know us and also be part of communication efforts as well. Any news on combat mission Warhammer 40,000? Oh yes, a lot. We have been progressing a lot on that game. The game is going to release in December. No news at all. No. There's no such thing as combat mission Warhammer. But if there will be at one day, I'm pretty sure you'll all be excited, and I'll love to share the news with you. When are we gonna hear about Battle Academy 3, Mordante? It's a good question. When are we gonna hear about Battle Academy 3? Well, as soon as we're far ahead enough in development that we can give you a release date and give you some like practical information about, you know, the sort of development pipeline and, you know, how long there will be between announcement and release. We're trying to be a bit more focused on, okay, we'll announce a game when we already know a release date or a release time frame. Sometimes, no, we can't do anything about delays and such, but we realize that has been a lot of, you know, delays in between announcement and actual release. And you guys, of course, you know, want to know information about products that we cannot give you once we've announced something and we're still in the middle of development and we don't know what's going to happen. So stuff like, you know, Scramble, for instance, or Ancient Arenas, or some other games that, you know, you probably want to know more about, and we cannot give you more information because we're sort of still in the understanding phase of when actually the games are going to release. Headquarters, less so. We are sort of sitting on it because we want to make big reveals about it. We've got big ambitions for that game. I think it's just one of the sexiest games you'll see out there for its genre, and we have a lot of ambitions for that. So we're sort of saving some of that for later, I would say. Any battle sector news, Yog? Battle sector news. What can I say about battle sector? Okay. There's someone on the back saying, no, you can't say anything. I was like, yeah, I'm probably going to spoil something, but no, I can't say anything about battle sector. Grr. Any plans to remake the close combat to 3D? Yes, in the works. Any Stargate news? Okay, I'll spoil you something on the Stargate. I have a list of things I have to say today, and Stargate is not here. Just like 2 minutes before going live, somebody said, Stargate, we'll talk about it at the end of the show. And I don't know what I have on Stargate. Do we have something on Stargate? Yes. Okay, show it to me. I think we got images. We got screenshots for Stargate. And, yes. I think we've got a couple of screenshots. And while the screenshots are going, I can tell you that Stargate, as you know, Stargate is an episodic game, real-time tactics, that is going to release this year. Stargate will release before Christmas. We are planning, you know, the way we are releasing the game, and I'd be very open to you guys. The market has shown to us that in the recent months that releasing games is becoming more and more difficult, more and more difficult to sort of break through the silence, the barrier of, you know, noise that a lot of gaming companies are making. Everyone wants to, you know, scream about their game, and it's super hard to be noticed. So all our Q4 is going to be focused on making sure that we give the best possible service to these games. We don't want to miss the opportunity to, you know, have you play these games, but on the other hand, we want to make sure that these games get the maximum of attention. And I don't know if you guys are into the gaming market at all, but if you look at what's releasing in October, for instance, only the releases that are doing October release, it's massive. There's all sorts, and the competition is super high. and we need to make sure that these games get the attention they deserve. So when we plan stuff, when we try and do this planning phase, okay, when we release stuff, when we send it out for preview or review, when we do our marketing activities and so on, this is very much up there. It's our game, and when it's done, and it's also other people, what other people are doing, and how we fit into that. So we need to make sure that this is on top of our mind. And I'm being very open with you. Some of the stuff we could release tomorrow, but it would be super risky to do. Some of the stuff we have to hold back. Some of the stuff we have to delay, just because the market conditions are super tough right now. So. That there's this element as well in play, and I don't want to sort of hide it, that it's also a big factor in deciding when stuff is releasing. Any news what 2x3 is about? Whilst I can tell you that I cannot tell you anything about 2x3, but some exciting stuff for middle of next year. Will there be a new game like Battle of the Bulge or Drive on Moscow? Not for the moment, no. We're not planning anything in that series yet. News on Philo Glory 2 Empires? No. Well, we have news on Philo Glory 2 Kingdoms. I have Philo Glory 2 Kingdoms new screenshots to show you. Can we do these? I'm just checking because my list of things is all over the place, but because you ask, it's all important that I give you all the news. We have 3 screenshots here. The first one, I'm just sort of reading through here. I think that what we're seeing here. Right, I'm again reading out loud. Crusades and jihads, such as the one led by Saladin, can have devastating consequences. They often involve multiple nations, with each side having the ability to move freely through the territories of their allies. When you add the knightly orders to the mix, you create the perfect formula for large-scale devastation. Here it is. This is Spain. Highly successful Castilla has united all of Catholic Spain under its flag and is now besieging Granada, accomplishing this 2 centuries earlier than in the historical timeline. Basically, just before we get to that, cool thing about Kingdoms, of course, is that it just follows history, and again, this is an important factor on Philo Glory Kingdoms. We are very much paying attention to the history and the historical facts and such. It's a big differentiating factor if you take, for instance, Paradox games, for instance, of the same genre. We are really trying to be adhering to what happened in history, but you can, speed things up. You can do different things differently and so on. What is cool about Kingdoms is that it's using the perfect historical setting and let you change things and make things on your own, which is really the cool thing about it. When is testing going live for Kingdoms? It's already out there on a beta, so you just have to subscribe to the beta, slitherine.com/beta, and hopefully you'll get selected. This is the next one is the army list. Going through the army lists of Philo Glory 2 Medieval. Of course, as you know, the battle system of Philo Glory 2 Medieval is integrated into Kingdoms, so you'll be able to play the battles within Philo Glory 2 Medieval from the game, very much like you did on Empires. And of course, all the army lists, the units and such are present in the game. So this gives a whole level of depth to the game that, of course, you couldn't have in previous ones, and unparalleled, depth in terms of the military research that's behind the game itself. Fog Empire is going to see the 3 Element Sleet store again one day. I don't think so. We don't have anything planned for that. I know that the next ones are going to be more recent games, so it's not planned to add it there yet. But next up, you'll have Steam Fall Sale, our Christmas sale on Matrix and Slitherine and the Steam Winter sale. So there's lots of opportunities to buy empires for very cheap in the future. Okay. Any hints on what the next battle sector faction will be? I'm trying, chat. Yogdog? Okay, I'll give you what? Can I say that? No. No. Sorry. I know it. Ask David in the chat. I don't think he's in the chat, but ask David or Annie. Maybe they will tell you. Maybe they will tell you. Soon. That's boring. Or is soon the name of the faction? More stuff. Right, on Armored Brigade, we have just released the first dev diary for Armored Brigade 2, working hard on the game. Armored Brigade 2 is a 2024 release, as you know. Development is going pretty well. We have been working hard. The development team are working pretty hard into, moving to this, whole 3D engine and such. It's not a piece of cake, but that the dev diary gives a bit more information about that moving to 3D and why we did it and why it will be an effective way to improve gameplay overall. You're supposed to give us spoils. I know. On Battle Sector, for instance, I can tell you one thing. There will be a big surprise coming free before the end of the year. No? I didn't say much. Come on. There's a Rule the Waves contest ongoing from tomorrow. So, Rule the Waves, guys, big success this year. Probably the best-selling war game of the year across the board. From tomorrow, there will be a new contest going live. You can check it out on the Matrix site. It's basically ship design. You design your ships, submit them. You will be able to submit them on before the 16th. And every valid submission will get a voucher for the site, but also there will be there's a pool of judges that we have selected. And by the way, one of the judges is in the chat right now. So if you want to bribe him, Das Tactic is one of the judges in this. And the other two are Drakinifel and Brother Monroe, big parts of our YouTube community and playing community as well, a fans community. So it's going to be interesting how that pans out. I'm very curious to see how the contest will go. And of course, we got a big prize for the winner. So again, interesting way to leverage on one of the biggest game features, which is of course ship design, and make sure that you enjoy that as well. Yeah, exactly. Major Alvega. I was trying to say that next week, all the guys are going to be at AGX. So I'll be sitting here alone. They will be live from there. I'll connect with them like we did for other shows, but I will be here and they can't tell me anything. So they're saying that it will take me down. I don't think that's going to happen. And the other thing is, so if you bring a friend, if next week we're going to hit, say, 200 viewers, I'll spoil you everything about a game that we haven't announced yet. So make sure you show up. Headquarters, again, we have just uploaded a new dev diary. And, this is one of the recurring dev diaries that Alexander is doing from the development studio. He's in this dev diary, especially he's giving a bit more focus on infantry units and how they're used. So that will include sort of your infantry, your scouts, your snipers, and so on. So check it out on the product page, of course, on Steam. The latest version, the latest entry on the dev diary there. Create a leak account on X. No one will know. I've got my account to leak stuff on X. I can do that anytime. No one can ban me, not even Elon. Okay, guys. Yeah, exactly. Enzno. Enzno is a good nickname for the man. Tournaments. As I just mentioned that we have a new tournament going for today's the last day for sign-ups on Panzer Corps 2 October chess tournament. And there's also a new tournament for medieval, for Philogary 2 medieval, that we just open sign-ups for, and also from tomorrow there will be a Folk 2 Ancients tournament going up. There will be, I think, available for sign-ups for a couple of weeks, or just less than that, or just about that. Who's challenging me? Sorry? Where is Edmund? Edmund is not well. Edmund is unwell. Cheers, Edmund. We're missing you so much. It's not true. We're fine. But you know. The community is missing you so much. So get well soon. I don't know what you guys are talking about. We do have any for Broken Arrow. We have the usual guess the vehicle challenge for Broken Arrow. Look at that! I'd go on holiday with one of these. It's like my caravan to go camping. What was that? You have to guess the vehicle, okay?
Yeah, they got it.
They got it. I like Mordante's take on this tank thing, I know, with big guns. Is that the only one we've got? This is a bit harder because you can't really see much. You're too helicopter. Bravo, Mordante. Helicopter, yeah. The first one was a tank. This was in a helicopter. Yeah. You see? At least someone is as knowledgeable as I am on this modern stuff. Look at this one. This is not a tank. I don't know, cannibal. This is jet is too specific. I prefer plane. Yeah. Flying thing. Yeah. So you see, do you write it with a dash or without a dash? Because that's an important thing. That's what's his real name? Oh gosh, you guys are just too good. Wait, is Slitherine doing Broken Arrow? Is that? Yes. 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 I guess that the answer is yes. We're doing Broken Arrow. I guess. So the next DLC for the first DLC for Broken Arrow will be, I can tell you now, it will be Dark Eldar. Right, so streaming schedule. I actually gave you a hint there. No, I'm joking, I didn't. Tomorrow at 6 p.m. we'll have Distant Worlds 2 DLC, the new DLC with Richard York, which I think is the faction DLC we just released. Quamino and Gizurians, or Quamino and Gizurians. There's different ways of pronouncing things. At 8 p.m. tomorrow, we have Starship Troopers Terran Command with a scenario editor. Yog is presenting us the scenario editor. Friday, 10 p.m., we have Battle Sector, new DLC. Not the next DLC, the new DLC, the last one. So Demons of Khorne with Gamer. Eldar are most definitely French. Well, cannibal, it's Eldar. Dark Eldar. That's how you say. Monday at 4:15. Monday the 9th at 4:15. By the way, there's a tube strike on Monday here in Milan. If you're willing to travel to here, just make sure that there's a tube strike, and taxis are going on strike as well. So it's going to be interesting to move around the city. Luckily, I'm not around. 4:15 p.m. Flashpoint campaign Southern Storm with Sergeant Z-Dog, and 6:15 p.m. Rule the Waves 3 with Hexaboo, followed by XTRG playing 8:15 Terminator Dark Fate Defiance demo. Did I miss this? Did I say that Terminator Dark Fate is going to be in the Steam Next Fest? Did we say that already? So I reinforced that. Terminator Dark Fate Defiance will have a demo in Steam Next Fest next week. You can actually see a lot of videos played by streamers and content creators already. But if you want to play the game yourself, the first 3 missions and the skirmish map are going to be available in the demo starting on the 9th and lasting for 1 full week. So one thing I would ask you is download the demo and give us feedback, because this is how we collect feedback for these games and try and improve them before release. On Tuesday at 8 p.m. we have Kushan playing Command Desert Falcon Command Showcase Desert Falcon, the awesome DLC created by Jacob Keys. If you want to enjoy that as well. How do you feel about the Dark Eldar leak? There hasn't been any leak. Scramble with Germans. Scramble soon. Remember, we can put words together to create a new one. That's why we played 6 on 6. Scramble with Germans. Scramble news soon. The first DLC for Scramble would be X-Wings. And somebody said Scramble with eggs, and I'm gonna leave it to the community to judge on that, and give a big round of applause to Cannibal Clown for this. Broken Arrow news soon. I already gave the Broken Arrow news, the first DLC I told you, so that's great. And Mordante, hey Marco, notice I didn't ask you about. You just did, Mordante. You just did. You were doing so well. I was just gonna finish the chat and say Mordante didn't ask anything about Field of Glory. Yoo-hoo! You let me down at the very last minute. This is not good. I know. Anyway, guys, I'll see you next week. The guys next week are going to be at EGX, so I'll be here. The guys are going to be up there manning the stand, and if you want to come and ask for spoilers, just join us here, and you'll be pleased to know that it's going to be our National Spoiler Day. Did I miss anything? Not really, no. I think we're good. Well, guys, it's been a pleasure talking to you and seeing you in the chat today. Next week from EGX, and hopefully some more news about release dates from now until Christmas. So stay tuned, and I will see you next week. Bye-bye.
The attraction towards new experiences is powerful. Alienware gear isn't made to resist that pull. It's made to accelerate it, to transport you to new places where you can embrace difference and leave familiar behind, bringing you ever closer to the ultimate experience. See you on the other side.